this is my second attempt to go live. I just realized that nobody was joining because it was listed as an unlisted video. Reagan's here and she wants to say hi. So I'm going live today because my friend Terry, who is Crafts by Terry over on Instagram, messaged me and said, hey, you know that little reindeer die that you bought? Can you do a video showing me how to put them together, because the die set comes with so many little pieces that it's really confusing. And I said, I got you, and even one better, I'm gonna go live and do it as like a little craft with me session. So hopefully somebody joins. If nobody joins, that's fine, but we're gonna put together this little derpy reindeer. I call him the derpy reindeer. I don't usually buy dies like this, but because I'm in a Christmas swap that requires some paper pieced characters, I did buy him and a snowman and Mr. and Mrs. Santa Claus.
Can I help make it?
You want to help make it?
Yeah.
Well, as long as you don't confuse anybody.
Yay.
So when I went live previously and it was unlisted, I did go ahead and cut out the head. This is the head piece. And then this is his body. And then this is his hooves. There's 4 hooves. And so I cut those out of a dark brown cardstock. There's his head. There's his body. Yeah, there's one person watching, but they haven't said hi or anything yet.
Oh, okay.
That's his body. And then here are his 4 little hooves that I cut out in that same dark brown cardstock.
I go bye-bye for now.
Okay, bye. The next thing I'm going to cut out in a light brown cardstock is the bottom part of his face. So this part here where his eyes and nose go, that's this piece. And you can see there's embossing lines for where his eyes and eyelashes and nose are. And then also in tan, I'm going to cut out his antlers. And then this little piece is the inside of his ears. If you can see there's like some ears. And you can see he's missing one of his light bulbs, so I'm going to replace that while when I cut these out. Hi, Donna. Hey there, hey there. We're putting together this little guy today. I call him the derpy reindeer. You can see he's not perfect, but I'm not great at paper piecing. But my friend Terry asked me to put him together in a video so she could figure out how to put it together. She ordered the same die. So again, I'm going to cut out his face, his antlers, and the inside of his ears in this tan color. He is super cute. I love him. But like I said, hi Cheryl. I don't normally buy dies like this, but when I do, they end up being really cute. Where'd my pokey tool go? Oh, see, look. I almost lost that die piece. That's another reason I don't like these type of dies, because I am notorious for losing the pieces. So easy to lose. Okay, so, oh my gosh, I dropped it. I found it. Okay, see? I'm a mess. There's his little face with his eyeballs and his nose. Here's his antlers. I'm going to poke them out. And I'm putting them all in this tray so I don't lose them. And then his ears. Look, I already lost one of the ears, so I'm going to have to recut that out. That's okay, though. Nope, there it is. I see it. There it is. Okay, and then I try to put the dies right back on the magnet so I don't lose them. Hi, did I say hi, Cheryl? Hi, Cheryl. Thanks for joining me, guys. So, super cute little reindeer. Okay, now I have some, I think we should let's do the black next. I'm going to use this scrap of black glossy cardstock. And I'm going to cut off just what I need. This piece here is the bottom of his hooves. So if you can see here on the die put together, the bottom of his hooves, I'm doing in this black glossy cardstock. And then he actually has 3 pieces to his eyes. He's got this big piece, this medium piece, and the small piece. You're down to your last piece of glossy black. Oh man, I love my glossy cardstock. I love it, love it, love it. So not the biggest set of eyes, but the second biggest set of eyes we're gonna cut out in black. No, I lied. The smallest set of eyes we're gonna cut out in black. So we got the bottom of the hooves and the smallest set of eyes. And these are teeny tiny little pieces. I'm going to put the hooves here on this tray. Poke, poke, poke. And then the smallest set of eyes. There we go. Okay. Next, I did the scarf and the lights in green. Hi, I am making this little reindeer. Yes, my friend Terry messaged me and asked me to do a tutorial on how to put this together. I call him the Derpy Reindeer. He's adorable. And I'm just kind of doing a craft with me / how to put this die, how to cut this die out and how to put them together. Because you can see there's a lot of little tiny dies. So I'm gonna do my glossy green cardstock, and I'm just gonna cut out enough for the scarf and the lights. This is the light strand. You buy the glossy scrapbook paper at scrapbook.com. You get the I bought the rainbow and the pastel in a bundle together, and then I bought the smaller black and white pack separately. So that's where you get it, scrapbook.com. So here I go with the green. I'm going to do the scarf and you can do a scarf in a different color. I just think it's easier to do, kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So his scarf and the lights are green. The light strand, I should say. I got this die on Amazon. Okay, there's the light strand. there's the scarf. Okay, now let's do the white. And for the white, we're going to cut out the biggest eyes. Like I said, there's 3 sets of eyes. The big, the medium, and the small. So the biggest set of eyes and the little, this is the snow pile. So I'm making that white as well. And I'm just going to cut out what I need here. I try not to waste too much of it, especially the white and black, because you can use so much of it on the little dies. So his little snow pile there, I cut out in the white glossy, and then his biggest eyes. His snow pile and his eyeballs. Even the eyes have embossing to show you where the next piece goes. So that's nice. Next we'll do the blue. For the blue, I cut out, okay, so it only comes with 3 little light bulbs. So you gotta cut it out 3 times, at least 3 times, for different color lights. And then I'm doing the medium set of eyeballs in blue as well, just like I did on him. So let me get the blue. Blue for his eyeballs and the 3 little light bulbs. These are not my favorite dies to put together, but they turn out so cute, don't they? Okay, there's 1, 2, 3. There's the 3 little blue light bulbs. Then I did yellow and red. So, yellow. Oops, sorry, I knocked the tripod. I need to get a new tripod. The part that holds my camera is falling apart, and that's not good. So, here's this one. I just like to show how, like, you know, I like to show me actually cutting the pieces out. That's not it. Where did it go? Oh, it's right there. It's upside down. Okay. Yellow. I like to show me cutting each piece out and then assembling it, just so anybody can do it. There's the yellow, and now we need the red. For his nose and for 1 more light bulb. 1 more pass of the light bulbs. There's the red. We've got the light bulbs, and then this last die here is his nose. This little circle. go. So, is anybody else crafting along? What are we all doing this afternoon? Don't lose the dies, Bethany. Don't lose the dies. There's the nose. And then I am going to, now that we've got everything cut out, I'm going to put this back in the sleeve so I don't lose anything. And 2 of them just popped out. Okay, but we got them. Okay. Now we can start putting this little derpy reindeer together. Move this out of the way. Move that out of the way. I'm going to take a drink real quick. Oh, look. Almost lost one of his eyeballs. Okay. You can see this guy's missing a light bulb, so I'm going to put one on him too. But let's start assembling him. If I remember correctly, what I did first was glue the little cloud looking piece of, I call it the snow pile. I glued that to the front of his body, like so. Let's see if my glue is gonna work. Yep. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of glue to the back of this snow pile. Put his body back there. Like so. And then his hooves, I just put, actually let's assemble his hooves first. That probably makes sense. So if you can see here, there's embossing lines where the bottom of the hooves go. So I'm just gonna add a eensy beensy little bit of glue right there. And I'm trying to find my tweezers. Why didn't I get my tweezers ready? I was using them last night for flowers. Here they are. Okay. Got my little tweezers. And I'm going to use them to carefully place the hooves, the bottom of the hooves on the brown part of the hooves. Like that. And there's one. Here's 2. There's 2. I know this is so exciting, right? There's number 3. And lastly, number 4. Like that. And then So you can see here, 2 of his hooves are in front of him, and 2 of them are like to this, like sticking out to the side. So like the back legs are sticking out to the side, and the front ones are right there in front of him. So I just put a little bit of glue right here, and then attach it to the side of his body. So that's his back hoof. And then do the same to the second back hoof. This is exactly how it looks on the picture on Amazon too. So that's what I did, is I just copied the picture. I would have never have figured that out. Yeah, I just copied the picture. And then this one I'm going to put a little lower because his scarf hangs down. So something like that. Then we can put his scarf on. And I just kind of put it right there. And now let's assemble his face. Let's set that to the side and assemble his face. We cut the dark piece out, and then we cut the light tan piece out. And then we just glue that on. Yours would have just had 2 legs. Well, there's the first part of his face. Hi, Sandra. How are you? And then we'll attach his little ear pieces, which are these teeny tiny little teardrop looking shapes. His ears are embossed. It shows you where they go. So I'm just going to add a teeny bit of glue there. I'm good. I was explaining that my friend Terry asked me to do a video showing how to put this die set together, this Derpy Deer die set. So I said, I'll just go live and do it because I'm bored. I'm always bored. I put away all my Halloween stuff this afternoon, and then she messaged me, and I was like, let's do it. Let's put it together. Don't normally do dies like this, but I signed up for a swap where one of the requirements was to do 4 paper piece like North Pole characters. So I ordered this and a polar bear and Mr. and Mrs. Claus. Lots of paper piecing. This die has so many little pieces. And that's why Terry was so confused. Like, she's like, how in the world do you put it together? So that's what we're doing. There's his face. And then his antlers, I'm going to put on the back of his head. So I flip him over and then just put one here and one here. Yeah, it's a lot for sure. And his antlers don't have to be perfect. I think it just goes, if they're a little off, it's like even better because he's derpy, right? He's so cute and derpy. I love it. Okay, now we're gonna do his eyeballs, which, like I said, are 3 sets. So you got the biggest ones in white, the middle ones in blue, and the little ones in black. So let's start with the white one. I'm gonna use my little tweezers here. Add just a teeny bit of glue. put his eyeball on. You can see the embossed lines for the eyeballs, so it's kind of self-explanatory where they go. Hi, Sonia. Thank you. He is adorable. Lots of dies don't have pictures. I call these dies puzzles. Yes, I followed the picture on that was on Amazon because I don't think I would have ever figured it out had I not had I not had that picture. There's his white eyes, and then we do his blue eyes. And the eyes is where he really starts to look derpy if you don't put them on right. So I try to line it up and give him the cute kawaii eyes. Oop. Here's the other blue one. And I'm putting the embossed lines of the eyes on the... Oh, that came up right off. The embossed lines, like, on the outside of the eyes. If you can see the embossed lines on each piece. Come on, move over. So you don't look so derpy. There we go. And then the black ones actually have like a little hole. The smallest one has a little hole cut out of it. And that's where I bring in my white gel pen. And I fill in that hole with the white gel pen to give him that shine in his eyes. Okay. Grab it with my tweezers. And put it right there. No. I put the hole towards the top of the eye. Like that. Got a screenshot, yep. There we go. See his eyes, if you don't get them positioned just right. Okay, that's the best we're gonna get today. Then his nose, I did cut out in red right here. And there's an embossed line on his little face for the nose, so I'm just gonna put the glue there. Like so. And now we just gotta put the lights on his head, and then we can attach his head to his body. So the easiest way I found to do it is just to put the light strand on first. Glue it on. And kind of just have it weaving through his ears and his antlers. Oh, something just fell. And this is where it can get messy. If it don't stick the first time. Now I'm going to have little glue marks on his head. I hate that. But I do have my eraser somewhere, so I'll get my eraser later and erase the glue marks. Okay, now we're going to paper piece these teeny tiny little lights to the strand. So here's a red one. Not there. I did not say to go there. Okay, now I gotta re-glue. And honestly, it's probably best to like do like 4 or 5 of them and let that glue start to get tacky before you put the little piece down. That worked a lot better. And then we'll do a blue one. And then a yellow one. And then a red one. If I can get it with my tweezers. The struggle is real. Now the glue's getting too dry. There we go. And then I'm going to go back through and do glue here, 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 and here. And now we're on blue. I'm just doing red, blue, yellow, red, blue, yellow. Sometimes it's easier just to pick it up and then pick it up with your tweezers. Maybe the pickup tool. Yeah. I do have that somewhere too because I was using it for flowers last night. But I don't know where. Story of my life. What, you think I actually cleaned my desk off before I go live? Okay, now we're on red. Oh no, the red just went flying. I'll never find it. It's okay, we got 2 left. We'll just do another blue and another yellow. Even if it does throw off the pattern and definitely messes with my OCD. I don't want to cut out another set of red lights, so there. He looks cute. He's cute enough. There we go. I do have my silhouette pickup tool, but oh, there it is, the pick-me-up tool. Could have just used that. But now we can attach his head to his body, like so. Just gonna add some glue on top of the scarf. Let it start to get tacky because that is that glossy cardstock. There we go. And then I get my white gel pen. I find the Jelly Roll 10 is the best. I always test it out on my hand before I do it on my project. And I'm just gonna add some light to the little eye holes. And then I'm gonna add a little highlight on his nose. And that's all I do for this die. Super cute, right? Super cute. That did not take as long as I thought it would. 35 minutes with talking. So that's all I got for you today. No problem, Cheryl. It was fun. Try and get that white gel pen off my hand. There we go. So I will leave the link to this dye down in the description box after it posts to YouTube. So if anyone wants it, they can pick it up. I think it was pretty reasonably priced. I want to say $7 or $8. But that's him. That's the derpy reindeer. Oh, I have to cut out another set of light bulbs for this guy anyways, because one of his light bulbs fell off. Cutting the paper takes longer to me. Yeah. That's the part I hate the worst, is cutting all the paper out. And losing the dyes, and it's always a struggle. The different colors, yeah. You got to think about, you know, if you want it to look realistic, you got to think about what color is going to be best for the fur and for the accent color, and yeah. And I try to do it as in few colors as possible. Like, that's why I did the scarf in green and the lights in green, and then the nose in red and the lights in red. So the only one so I just had to do the blue and yellow by themselves with the lights. Thank you, Zara. I'm all done. That's all I was coming on to do today, was just show how to put this guy together. Oh, and did I mess up his eye? Oh no, that's the other one. That's the derpy looking one. I messed up his eye, but I didn't mess up his eye. Alright guys, I'm going to call it a day. Thanks so much for coming and watching and chatting with me. Unless there's anything else anybody wants to see. I don't know, I'm still bored. Go for realistic all the time. Yeah. For sure. And never use pattern paper. No. That just makes it look crazy to try to do a paper piece dye on pattern paper. Yeah, that's crazy. I use the solid color cardstock, and my new love, the glossy cardstock. Alright guys, thank you for watching, and you guys have a good day too. Thanks, Sandra. Thank you all for watching. Bye.